Let's transform this Dollar Tree wood cutout by adding some simple stain. I like to use stain because it's such a good neutral base for felt flowers of any color. I used my heat gun to dry that very quickly and then wanted to add some paper to the leaf section at the top. So I went up for this green paper and just traced around the shape. I cut around that with some regular scissors and got pretty close to the edge so it'd be easier to sand down once I glued it on to the top of the carrot. I used some matte Mod Podge, just brushed on a thin layer, added the paper, and then I went ahead and used my craft iron to iron over the top of that to make sure that there weren't any bubbles. And then I just used some fine grit sandpaper to sand the sides so that it was nice and smooth all the way around the carrot. And I used some pan pastels to add some distressed look around the edge. You could use eyeshadow, and then a thin layer of Mod Podge seals that in. For the petals that I have cut out, I sprayed them with hairspray to stiffen them a little bit. And then while that was drying, I cut the fringe for the middle of this flower, and I wrapped it around a 1.5 centimeter felt ball and wrapped it around twice to add a really pretty yellow center to this felt flower. Secure it at the end with a little bit of hot glue, and then twist the petals just to give a little bit of dimension and movement with my fingers. I'm just twisting kind of opposite ways on each side to add some wave to the petals before attaching them to the center. For a little bit of hot glue at the bottom, I just place 5 around this felt flower center, overlapping a little bit and just kind of paying attention to how it will fill in the gap to make sure all 5 petals fit as evenly as possible. I'm going to use a combination of felt greenery and faux greenery as the backdrop for this felt flower. So I did 2 little branches of felt leaves and then added some faux greenery. And I like the way this adds dimension as well. It kind of fills in the space between the flower and the wood. There's a little hole that was there, and I just used a sharp point to poke out that paper and then add a string to hang this. And I wanted to add a ribbon also, so I just tied a simple bow and then glued that bow right there in the corner of the carrot. So a cute, really fun spring craft.